so they like enter. Uh, they're not like they're almost 15 people. They seem to be divided in more or less 4 families. They kind of gather around them like 4 families. Um, some are very few are young.
Right.
And if they're young, there seems to be part of one family that is more like a family: mom, dad,
Right. Right.
grandpa, and they are, and everyone seems really undernourished and really poor,
Hmm.
and not, and the other family seems to be like, one family has like just 2 people in it, and one of them is apparently like sick, like coughing into it like a cloth, and things like that. And other family, that one of the old man is like walking on, what do you call it, kryckor, uh, where you're like you're not able to walk.
Right.
um, and so them, but they seem to be very like, it's a pleasant warmth in here since you've been cooking breakfast.
I'm
So they
going
are
to
like
ask
gathering on one
May.
side.
I'd like to ask May. This lot followed you from that house. I'm thinking of the cold outside. It's morning. I'm thinking of the snow on the ground. I'm looking at all these wretched, to speak like the Bible, the halt, the weak, the lame, right? And so the what is it? The lame, the blinds, the halt. I'm trying to think of the King James version, but
Yeah.
but yeah, they look like they must have really meant this. So
Are you talking in a way that where they
no,
can
I
hear
yeah,
you,
I'll say, well, I'll say that to her
or
without trying to be either too loud or too quiet. Just to her, did these ones followed you? Then I'll turn and say, "Give Ms. Mayer some coffee, honey," and my to my daughter, and then she'll bring you the coffee.
Marina will say, when you do that, and she's going into the kitchen behind the bar, Marina will say, "Don't touch the bag, little gal.
Right. Oh,
no,
Don't touch my bag."
right.
no.
And there will be a skeleton. She will not say that, but in the kitchen there will be a skeleton.
Okay.
Shit. But she not touch the bag. The other thing.
No.
Right. Marina's bag is
She
coffee.
does a thumbs up,
Right.
and like moves to the coffee,
Right.
and it gets May a coffee.
Mhm.
All right. What do you call, what do we call you? Do we call you the mayor, or? Oh, yeah, sorry. He said you were going to ask us questions, and now I'm here asking you questions. Oh, it's so silly of me, and it's so. But they're like seated in different places from this, like in this saloon. They're sitting down, most of them, and just watching and waiting to kind of for you to explain what's happening now, and but or for you to ask questions.
Yeah, so I think as he's the only one talking to me, I'm basically taking him to our table
Yeah.
and I'm sitting him down and just looking at him. And how do you elect majors in this town?
It's usually done by the prior mayor just deciding who's going to take over he leaves, or sometimes that, like 15 years ago, the actually was like the current mayor shot the old one and claimed.
Wait. What are you suggesting now?
I'm not suggesting anything.
It just seems like they've got a very efficient form of democracy here.
I don't know that word, mister, but you're probably right. May I ask, are you the new sheriff?
Yeah, he is.
After having enjoyed myself the whole time with the whole Miss Mayor thing, I choke on my coffee.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Now I'm asking the questions again. All right. Yeah. I'm not suggesting anything, Mayor, Miss Mayor. Mayor. But I'm not suggesting that. I'm just to be frank. Most of us, we're living in strange times. I think most of us here, we got this in our dreams. We kind of dreamt that you were the new mayor. I know it sounds weird, but these are strange times, and everybody nods, and everybody has kind of so. But there are like a great consensus here that they've all dreamt that you are the new mayor.
And just looking at the other two and say, our friend was busy.
Yes, I think so. Do you think maybe they remember her, or?
Yeah, let's ask about that woman who showed up
Now,
some months ago with a little girl.
Oh, okay. You mean that black woman? Is that because none of them here are black?
Right.
And that was like the one thing they remember.
Of course.
Yeah, there have been a lot of people here in the last months. There were been a lot of. Yeah, we had this really big gunslinger coming by, a lonely guy, and he came. Then that black woman and that girl, and they pointed at her. Several people. They almost act like they're like one organism, and he's happened to be the one talking, but they're all pointing at your daughter.
Okay.
Yeah. Not like in a but yeah, and they're
I
kind of
get it.
gathered.
I get the imagery. It's just normal enough to be creepy. So yes, perfect. That's
yes, and it seemed to me that they were here looking at things, and they were shooting, and there were strange things, great darkness, and people shouting, and the old barn back there, it blew up, almost nothing left. Oh, we're living in strange times, but now you're the mayor. So how are you? There's not much left of this town. Most people have moved. Nobody wants to come here. And suddenly all these people come here and everything starts exploding. And now you have become the mayor. And you are going to protect us, right? And you see all the people around. And when he says you, he kind of means all of you.
I will look at May with kind of my eyebrows raised as a why are we going to protect them?
Don't think that was a part of the pact.
No, the curse isn't making us do it. Well, that depends.
Okay.
Talk to me a little bit more about what may have happened to this woman you're talking about.
The black woman?
I'm interested in what became of her. Was she walking and talking and doing things before the barn exploded? Did something happen to her before that?
Yeah, I think it was before. No, she wasn't in the barn, I think. All I can say is that I think, and she's pointing at an old woman. You, Tessa May? No, not May, but yeah, you. And some What happened? You saw it all. And this like really old woman with like a squeaky voice. Yeah, she kind of just disappeared. And there was
that's
like a
enough of
big
this shit. We need a roll. We need a roll.
Yeah.
We have got to see if it is worth what we can get out of these people, or what sort of disaster we cause by trying. It is time.
Yes, because what's happening now is that
They're going to run us
they're
around in
like
circles with these weird. I mean, character actor after character actor from the Old West is going to parade in front of us with a monologue, one after the other, until we get somewhere with this. So,
and exactly, that's exactly what's going to happen. So what I want to, because they're not trying to manipulate you, but they're not
just
very
confused
they're
and
turning this into a
probably
very
enchanted in some horrible ways. So let's
or they're very
Let's
like
get those old people to move a little bit faster.
so
let's get some information.
what I want to know. So I want to know who's taking the lead out of this information.
Go ahead, Sheriff.
What?
I mean,
but you're all intuitive and journalistic and stuff like that.
You have a feat that you have easy to värva folk. Det är more like make them follow you or come to your side. So maybe.
I think the only thing, if you look at poor Garth's character sheet,
I'm pretty good at putting people in the grounds. I'm not much good at anything.
Yeah, he's like far too young. His alleged daughter is strange.
I can kill people from stealthily.
Yeah, and you can shoot and fight, but he's not like a man of words.
Yeah, I kind of look at them, and I kind of look down at my pistols, which are hung over the edge of my chair, and I kind of look back at May like, you really want me to try to handle this?
I don't want to. I told you I don't want to know the story of the whole city for the last 100 years.
No, I agree.
I want to know what happened the last 4 days. If I ask, what do you think will happen? Well, tell me about the great grandmothers and grandfathers.
That's why
until they get down to their grandchild. We have joined her on the other side.
I think there's a mechanism for us to help, but I think you've got the best basic role. And also, we can say what we want is actually a description of the actual death of the curse. That's what we're after.
Yes, please.
Just disappeared nonsense is not going to happen here. So
no.
Do you want a hungry grave robber that's brutal to get the information out of them?
Exactly.
I think you better
do the talking,
right
and we'll throw in some helping. We'll throw in some helping mechanics, whatever they are.
But I would like a certain sheriff to look menacing enough to make sure that the people are keeping to the point.
Absolutely.
I mean,
the two of us can.
Let me explain how we do this. I'm looking at your character sheet, and I can see that you are. I mean, you are asking questions. So journalist is probably something that are being said. There is no immediate danger here. This is Ghost Town. It's your hometown. You have something to do about that. And I think maybe this one, Unflappable, is something good in this aspect also, right?
The intuitive word, does that create a die or not? Because
which intuitive?
Remember? No, intuitive was her wonder card. Never mind. Her.
Yeah.
Right. So never mind.
This is the wonder card. So
that's a special.
That's a one use.
Yeah.
But exactly.
Useful to use.
I might. We might have this also because you're probably writing things down.
Yes, I think so.
Right.
I'd say.
I think if they different people saying the same thing or different things, you maybe don't have easy to connect them when you write down.
Maybe
if I can reuse the town, I'm not sure about that one.
Yes, you can. This is. You can reuse it because it's a complete. This is a new situation. last time you were avoiding them. Now you're actually trying to
Okay.
like kind of distill some kind of information out of this.